That's it? Yeah. You're going live?
Live.
We are live.
We are live. Welcome to the Battery Podcast, everybody. My name is Dallas. I am taking over the show.
What's up?
I have no complaints over here.
We have no complaints either, man. We've been talking about doing this for a long time.
We haven't done this in a long time.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. We have done one in the
We've
past.
done before,
We've done one. We've
Yeah.
done one.
This is our very first exposure to podcasting was a couple of years ago, particularly 2014, I believe it was.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you remember that?
It was right.
I wasn't there.
You remember that?
It was.
I listened to it, but
You listened to it though, right? I still have the email from Moy with the audio file in it and everything.
Send it over, man. Send it over. Yeah. That was a good one. I hope there will be many more, down the line.
Let's go for it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird listening back to hear yourself talk from like 4 years ago. It's really strange.
Oh yeah, we were different people.
Totally different people.
We are not the same people we are today. Like
I don't know what the fuck I was back then.
Not even close.
Yeah. So today, so it's Dallas's birthday. And by the way, for those who don't know and who might be listening to this,
It's about to be. It's the upcoming Wednesday, but
yeah, it's his
for all
birthday
intents
weekend.
for all intents and purposes.
Yes, it's here. This is Dallas. He is my best friend. We've known each other a good decade now, right? I'd say a solid decade.
Maybe longer than
little
that.
bit longer than that.
Maybe
You're one of the
longer
few
than that.
people that that kind of kept around.
Yeah, I was thinking I had filled out my last background packet. I had to do like character references and shit. And I was like, how long have I known him for? I think I've been like 13 years.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Oh yeah.
And I think I met you pretty soon after I moved here. The
Yeah.
first time I met you was on the bus.
No, dude.
No, the tower was like, yo, you need to meet my buddy Jesus.
Okay.
And it was when I was still going to Ensign.
Ah.
Way the fuck
Okay.
back in the day.
Well, because Tower and I met at Ensign, but you and I met, I think. Oh yeah, you and I met our freshman year. We were freshmen.
No, because I knew you before my.
Oh,
my
you're
freshman year
right.
was at CDM.
That's right.
I met you.
I do remember. Okay, no, you're right. You're totally right. What happened was we met, I think, during Ensign. We didn't go.
We didn't hang out though.
No, we didn't hang out.
I met
we
you.
met.
Yeah.
We met. I think in the transition from Ensign to Newport.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. The first time I ever met you was at Mario's place. It was when Tower brought you over to Mario's.
No shit.
Yes, I do not forget this at all. I will never forget this. This is when I was at Mario's place. Tower hit me up. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna bring my buddy Dallas. I've been he's been telling me all about you at that point." And I was like, "Okay, cool, yeah." And then we met, and first thing out of your mouth was, "I'm a complete pyro."
Yeah.
Fire's cool, man. Fire's really cool.
My rebuttal to that was
I forgot about this.
was you're a total pyro. You know what? My dad has a blowtorch.
No shit.
Yeah, we always tried to. What if we dude? Holy shit.
Yeah, that was the
I
very.
remember that thing too.
That was the first time him and I met, and that was well over 10 years ago, definitely.
That was a long time ago, my friend.
And since then,
Damn.
we've had many misadventures.
Where'd you move from when you came down here?
Vegas,
yeah.
I moved out here when I was probably 11. I think me and my mom moved out here when I was 11. But I went to Newport L because we lived on the beach for a while, and then I transitioned into Ensign and Harbor and went about my life and all that bullshit. But yeah, Vegas was my home city.
Yeah, that's why it was no wonder because you were spending a lot of time in Vegas during the summers. I remember.
Yeah, my sisters stayed. They both stayed out there, and they went to school, and so I was kind of back and forth. I would go see them, and my mom would go like hang out with them and make sure they're doing good. And I would, I was like a child at that point in time, so I just kind of got drug along for the ride.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was good times, man.
Oh man.
All kinds of shenanigans.
Dude, how are we still here?
I don't know.
How have we made it this far?
I have no idea.
It's like you and I have done some things that are very questionable.
Yeah. Well, we're good enough to know when it's being stupid.
Very stupid, yeah, and very yeah.
Like the one I point to is always the cliff.
The cliff, yeah.
Like
I think that's when, yeah.
Like that shit was scary.
That was scary. It was again. It was.
Wait, that one time where the
waves were literally going over the cliff.
I was there. I didn't go.
Yeah, no, you didn't go. It was literally just him and I.
Crazy. They were crashing. They were cresting over the top. You could see it
from where I was like all the way at the beginning of the cliff, like you know where the first beach is, where you had to cross. I was there, looking at the fucking thing and seeing like waves go halfway across it. I was like, that's fucking stupid.
That is that was and here's the thing is we still went to the cliff.
We've got to the point of almost no return.
Yeah.
Where you're just like
and there was no one there. It was just us.
Yeah, it was just
we were the only ones and we're like, all right, well it's
there was nobody there.
There was no one there. It was literally just us.
It's usually a couple people.
No, this time around
nobody was there.
Nobody was there. Dude.
Well, like the waves were like 20 or I'd say like 10, 15 feet. And that's big for this area.
And especially, so the way that rock is formed, it got that incline on the back. So like when the waves are rolling in, they're cresting and they're forming super deep out in the ocean. They just roll up that ramp and go right over the top. And so they look way bigger than they are, but those things were powerful.
Yeah.
Like,
oh,
shit.
I mean, here's the thing is like we may not have that day if we had decided to be stupid that day, like chances are we wouldn't have been dragged out in the ocean, but we would have probably been shredded by some of those rocks.
Oh, for sure.
We would have been torn to pieces.
At that point in time, I'm pretty confident we could have gotten probably one jump.
Yeah, probably. If timed well, too.
Probably one.
Yeah, if it was properly timed.
Okay.
If it was properly timed, I could see that. I
definitely would have fucked that.
No.
But,
it was.
That was a sketchy ass day. Well, it was like right after a gnarly hurricane or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it was around that time. There's like a hurricane right in the Mexican, right down below Mexico. But I think because we've been through a lot of shenanigans, we made a lot of bad decisions in our youth, but I think inherently all of us, at least you and I know for sure, we always thought like, okay, as if we're gonna be doing this something stupid, as long as it only affects us and no one, like no other unassuming party, we were okay with that. Like we knew the risks. We knew the risk. We calculated all the risks, and we understood.
I don't know if I was calculating anything when I was a teenager.
We understood. We still understood.
Flying by the seat of my pants, trying to figure that shit out as I was going along.
Well, again, we've come out of the other end by the skin of our teeth quite a few times. Yeah, and I'd say, like I said, at least with me, I knew if I was doing something stupid, as long as I was the only one being affected negatively, and nobody else around me was, that wasn't deliberately doing the same thing I was doing, I was okay with it. Yeah. As long as I was the only one, like, say, getting hurt. If I was the only one that was going to get hurt, that's fine. And that's what I tell people now, like, younger folks, because I can't stop people from doing stupid things.
They've always done.
Yeah.
Everyone ever that's lived any kind of life worth living has done stupid shit at some point in time.
Yeah.
For fun.
Yeah, for fun, exactly. For fun. Particularly, teenagers.
Yeah, like, generally when you're young. Yeah, when you're young and dumb and you just don't know any better.
Exactly. So now what I tell young
and I'm
folks,
still pretty young and dumb and I still really don't know any better. So.
I mean, we're relatively young, but we're getting to a point where now there's we're becoming slight elder statesmen to another generation coming up, and so what I say to them is basically, look, if you're gonna what's up?
Tide
Pods.
What I would say to them is do Tide Pods.
Bite deep. Bite the pillow. Bite the pillow.
Yeah. Oh man. Christ. We live in a world where people ate Tide Pods. Yeah. How does that make you feel?
I don't know.
People deliberately ate Tide Pods for 15 minutes of fame.
Did you hear about the ice cream thing?
What ice cream? Oh, what ice cream thing?
People go to stores, take off the tops of ice cream.
Oh, that's so nasty.
That's
fuck those people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fuck those people.
Fuck
See, like
those
you know what the consequences are for that shit though?
Heavy. They better be fucking heavy.
Very heavy, dude. It's like 20 years in prison. So.
Well, because the thing is, again, like I was just saying, it's a stupid thing. But look, eating Tide Pods is radically different from licking ice cream in the sense that if you're eating a Tide Pod, you're the idiot that's going to get affected. No one else.
True.
But if you're licking ice cream in a public, in a public market where people shop, well, not only are you affecting someone else's health, but you're also affecting their business. this store's business because they have to recall everything. They can't risk just having one or two potentially tainted items. They have to recall the entire shelf, and that hurts business. Do you see what I mean?
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's why it's such a big ass.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That's something I can't forgive.
Fridge or that whole section.
Yeah.
Everything.
That sucks.
Exactly. So you're affecting people's health, and you're affecting people on a health, in a healthy wise as well as a fiscal way. Yeah. So it's fucked up.
Harming the people and the business. Fucked up.
Yeah. So no, don't do that. Go eat Tide Pods. That's fine. You're gonna eat Tide Pods.
Go eat Tide Pods and snort condoms.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah. Well, see, at least
Was there anything like that when we were? So I remember the ice bucket challenge.
That was shortly after.
That was
I don't think
right after high school.
I don't think
that wasn't really anything.
That
wasn't really anything stupid though.
No,
right?
during our time when we were coming up, I mean,
I have a couple stupid things in our generation.
Yeah, well, with us, I think the dumbest thing that happened in our scenario coming up as teenagers, I think it was just I don't know if it was a nationwide thing or like where kids are doing it on like all high schools or if it was just concentrated on our high school, but. Kids at our school were they were either getting caught stealing booze or getting caught with booze having stolen it already.
Actually, it's funny.
Well, they're breaking rule number 2. You don't break rule number 2. Don't get caught.
Yeah. But see, that's as far as it got for us. I think.
Oh, for sure.
Because remember that was the 4210 thing. That was going on in Newport, like literally.
That was like everybody got 4210. Like 20% of our graduating class at some point got kicked out.
Tower got 4210. Yeah. Remember that?
For what?
Yeah, he went to CDM.
He went to CDM
it's
for a year.
It's really a good thing he had to go to CDM for a year because I fucking hated that place. And I was like, Tower, I have a buddy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then wait, how did you end up transferring to Newport again?
We lied. Basically.
Okay. And it was something you wanted to do, right?
You sucked the right titties.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. No, so when I lived on the peninsula, I was zoned for the Harbor School District, and then when we moved to my other house by the dunes, it was like right next to like the cutoff for CDM and Harbor, and so they were like, "You're going to CDM," and I was like, "Yeah, whatever. I'll just make friends." Blah blah blah. And that school fucking blew. People were like so cliquey and stuck up, and like I was just like, dude, this place sucks. I want to leave. And
I had that vibe.
Like they're good people.
Yeah.
Right. Like I met Isle. Like Isle's a fucking solid dude. I love him to death. I worked with him at Gratitude for a while.
Yeah.
Like just like good people, but like very few and far between, and by large. There's a lot of shitheads with a lot of money who just never had to do anything for anything in their whole life, and they'll never have to do anything for anything in their whole life, and they just fucking blow it all, and it's just like, all right, cool.
How do you think those people are now? The majority of them.
I don't know. I don't keep up with like any of them. I mean, I would have to imagine they're either like miserable or like very happy.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I think it's gonna be an extreme on two fronts.
Yeah. I don't think there's a whole lot of middle ground there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and then what ended up happening is I was like, man, I hate this place. I need to leave, and like, I ended up.
Titties.
Yeah. Well, we basically said we moved back to our old apartment, and we forwarded all of my.
That's what I did with junior year. My junior year of high school. I said I moved back to Costa Mesa, my old apartment.
Yeah. And
I was a dumbass and I actually busted it down there. I probably shouldn't. Looking back at it, I probably wouldn't have done it again.
No, you would have finished here.
It'll be weird because like I wouldn't have the same connection with my friends right now.
Yeah.
But
your life would be so different.
Yeah, very different. But I just the reason I was looking for going to Harbor was just it was like. Oh, I'm gonna just be with all my friends. That too. I'm gonna be with all my friends.
Gorgeous Newport women.
Very true. Very true.
We were so blessed and spoiled. Really, we were spoiled with all the chicks that we were with.
So Washington. We've talked about this a little bit, but like.
Yes, please do tell.
Dude, all right. So like there are beautiful women in Washington. They're
anywhere.
Beautiful
women everywhere.
It's just looking at like like the amount and the concentration.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And Newport Beach, California has the highest amount and concentration of gorgeous women.
Yeah.
Like gorgeous.
Yeah.
Anywhere I've ever been.
Oh yeah.
And it's not fair. It's not right.
Yeah.
It's not right. Like when I first
think
moved,
that's why. Yeah, we're so desensitized by that stuff.
well,
That's
so was
like-
I.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason I left in the first place. Is because I got a little older and I was like, you know what, man? Like I'm going to school. I'm like working on an associate's degree. I have like 2 jobs and like I basically had my second job just to like afford alcohol and women.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, you know, I would be like, hey, like you're really cute. Let's go on a date. And it'd be like, you know, I have to pay for the date. Or you'd go get drinks or like whatever the fuck. And I was dating this girl after I had broke up with this other girl. And I was like, you're the same exact person I was just dating. You just have a different body. And it was really weird. Like, I was like, you're almost verbatim conversation.
That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what a shit test is?
No.
Yeah.
You know what a shit
Yeah.
test is?
Shit test. Yeah.
It's, they pull stupid shit just to see how
Just
you're
to
gonna
see how
react.
you react,
Just
and
to
just
see how you're gonna react.
Yeah, and from there they make their decision. Okay, this guy's a sucker, and I can play him, or this guy's not a sucker. This guy's a real man, and he's not gonna fuck with me. Like I can't fuck with him. That's
And
basically how the chicks are.
I can't exactly remember. This was like a while ago. I think 2.5 years ago.
Mhm.
But she was like trying to play some stupid thing with like me and her and some other guy she was interested in her ex, and like
Yeah.
she wasn't with her ex or the other guy she was interested in. She just wanted to see what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
Like oh, are you like gonna just like be like whatever and leave me alone, or are you gonna like really concentrate? And I was just like, you like this same fucking thing happened
Yeah.
with the girl who I was with before you, and so I was like, I'm in a cycle. Like this is just my life. Like,
Mhm.
and it's been my life for a while, and I just never realized it. And I was like, I need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
And I got an opportunity to go up to Washington. I got some family out there, and like I got to move, and like that's a whole. Like we can go back, get a little more into that. Tell you about that.
Yeah.
Because that was an interesting experience.
So the reason you left to Washington was because you just realized I'm not doing shit?
I needed to change, man. I needed to switch it up.
It's important.
I get you.
I was going nowhere, and I was going nowhere real
I was
fast.
debating on moving to Nevada like a year ago.
Yeah.
Because my friend offered me a super cheap ass place with him.
Nevada's not that expensive to live in.
No.
And
Cost of living is low.
you know, jobs are high over there.
Yeah, well, everyone's fucking California's so expensive.
Well,
All
it's
the
not-
Californians are like, fuck this, they're going to Vegas.
Yeah, well, you're right.
Fuck
The
this
thing
shit,
is,
I'm
no,
not-
they're going to either Washington, Vegas, or Texas because for 3 reasons.
Colorado too.
And Colorado, yeah. Well, mainly because
Weed is legal.
I think, yeah.
I like
Well,
it.
that too, but I think that's what keeps Texas kind of turns people off of Texas is because weed I think is still illegal over there. But the main reason why people are moving is, first of all, the attitude in California is pretty elitist. If you really think about it, maybe it's just here, this SoCal area, because I'm pretty sure if you go inland and maybe NorCal, like the people are a lot more chill over there. But really think about it, you know, culturally speaking, there's a reason you left, right?
Yeah.
The
Well,
other-
I mean, the reason I didn't leave because of anything that anyone else was doing. It was just, I mean,
But I'm saying like that plus there's no state tax in those in those areas,
which is nice.
which is nice. You get, you know, and the other thing, I mean, it's at least California. The other issue that I'm starting to notice now is that it's not business friendly. It's not small business friendly, at least around these parts. There's so much red tape to be able to just start a brick and mortar of any
Well,
sort.
I think the biggest problem with huge states like California, because there's like that 50 bajillion motherfucking people that live
It's
here,
very
Yeah.
true.
is there's one person in charge of the entire state. Like, you basically have a governor, and you have like a whole bunch of other smaller House and Senate members. And when you pass a law, like if you pass a law, and there's a whole, you can get into this too, but like I have some fucking, like, goddamn government is so dysfunctional.
Oh yeah.
But like, so if you pass a law, it affects everybody in the whole state,
Yeah.
right? And so like if the law makes sense in one place, right? Like say you pass a law for like Sacramento, right? And it makes sense, and then you go like, no, but cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
Fucking
Yeah.
battery podcast.
Battery podcast. But yeah, you were saying.
Like a bill that makes sense in Sacramento, right? It doesn't even matter what it is. Like,
Allowing homeless people to shit in the streets.
sure, what the hell? fuck, that's not cool anywhere. But like, whatever. Fuck.
No, it's
But
allowed.
I know,
I'm pretty
it's
sure
the
it's
same thing in Seattle. They really don't care. It's just a bunch of zombies walking around,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of depressing and sad and gross, and it's really bizarre. But
They
like,
made an app to identify shit on the street. My guy.
no.
Swear.
Yeah.
They're making a business out of it, and those people are smart. But the fact that they have to do that
It says a
me
lot.
off.
It really does say a lot about
Reminds me, of the,
you know,
reminds me of the King of the Hill episode. Remember when Bobby was a shit picker upper? The
Oh,
dog
yeah.
shit picker
Yeah.
upper.
I sell propane. Oh shit.
But yeah.
Like, so if it makes sense, say if it makes sense up north in some Bay Area town, and then you're like, you go to like Riverside or go to like the Inland Empire. Okay, first of all, that shit's separated by like 300 miles. They're not nowhere near. Like from San Diego to San Francisco, you would drive for like 9 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like no bullshit.
Mhm.
Because it's 8 hours from here.
In one state.
San Diego, yeah, it's 8 hours from here. I've already looked it up. And
Yeah, it's like crazy.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
like, how the fuck does that make sense? How is that like fair to anybody?
I was telling
You know
him
what I mean?
that like in Europe you can like fly somewhere for 30 minutes and you'll be in a different country, and over here you're like you can fly for 9 hours and you'll still be in the U.S.
Yeah, well, the U.S. is huge.
Mhm.
Like we have a huge landmass, which is kind of cool.
Very
We got a
cool.
lot of-
And it's
a
very
lot of
it's a diverse landmass. One corner you get beaches and
Well,
and
California has like all
yeah,
different.
California has
Pretty
pretty
much
much everything.
Pretty much everything.
Everything in
Yeah.
one. Like it's got mountain ranges, it's got snow, it's
Rivers,
got
lakes,
deserts,
beaches, desert.
beaches. Yeah, exactly.
Marshland,
Yeah, exactly. But,
bayou.
yeah, but no, if you really think about
Is there
it,
any bayou? Is there like swampland anywhere in California?
I'm gonna call.
you know what? I think Lodi might have some. I'd have to look it up. Lodi is like a little up north as well, but north inland.
I'm gonna call
So
it Back Bay. The
yeah.
swamp.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
technically-
mean, I guess.
it's like,
I guess.
but is it a natural swamp? That's that still remains to be seen, because of all the housing there.
Yeah,
I think
they
the
used to have
housing-
they used to have a military testing base in Back Bay.
That's crazy. I
Yeah,
didn't even
they
know
got
that.
rid of it in like the 80s or some shit. I didn't know that either. Lance was
Yeah.
telling me.
Yeah, interesting. But yeah, no, you're right. Like, it does affect everybody, and there's such high concentration of people. And the other thing, too, is the people in California it's a diverse group of people.
Yeah.
Compared to, like, let's say...
Yeah. Well, the population's just like like the sample size is so massive.
Yeah.
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 Yeehaw,
I was
little
gonna
buddy.
I was gonna be Jamie and actually look it up, but
Jamie, look at that shit. Oh! No!
damn it!
All over the place, man.
It's
Party.
only a little bit. You wanna kill it?
Kill it.
I'm a piece of shit, honestly.
Kill it. It's all good, man. It's just
We're
beer.
going to have some more later.
It's just beer.
Very true. I
You
just
got-
spilled
there's-
beer, guys. I'm sorry.
There's more beer to be drank, and there's more parties to be had.
Yes. Here, use this thing. I'm not going to... Yo, I'm clean.
You sure?
You ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Bam.
I like it.
Just
And it's done!
It is done.
That's so easy.
That's how guys are handling shit.
For those that didn't see that, he literally just threw a t-shirt over my spilled beer. That is a total dude thing to do.
Yeah, I was watching it anyway. Fuck it. Who cares?
Exactly.
Oh, man.
But yeah, no, it's very diverse, highly populated.
But it's they're like population centers
Okay.
Like-
guess population.
of California.
What is it?
Well, I don't know. There's like 30 million people in LA, so.
Not-
What's the population? What's of the U.S.? It's like
300 million.
360
something.
million,
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
It's 39 million in Cali. I wonder what.
And if you really think about it too, again,
Wow.
California, like I said, another thing that and it affects it whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, let's say you
4
go to,
million in LA.
Mhm.
Fuck.
let's say you go to I've been in Nebraska. It's primarily just an all white state. Like you see a lot of it's mainly a white people, a lot of white people.
Rednecks.
Yeah.
That's my people.
I guess yeah,
That's my
you should
people.
say.
That's my people.
But
Where's my dip
California,
at?
that's the thing.
I need
is-
my chew.
That's the thing is like Nebraska is like a very, you can say a homogenous state, whereas California is the opposite. It's
Total opposite.
very, very diverse.
Everybody from everywhere.
Yeah,
This is
and
so
we were
beautiful
just
out
talking
here.
about this earlier
true.
today. When you pass a law, at the end of the day, it's sort of in a way, forced collectivism. You know,
Mm.
in a watered down way, it's
Yeah,
forced collectivism,
I
and
guess.
forced collectivism never ever ends up well in almost any situation.
Almost. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like laws.
Again,
have to, like laws have to exist, right?
Yeah,
It
laws
makes
do
sense.
have to exist.
And the biggest issue is just the state itself is so huge. Like, if you pass a law, and it's either say it's split 51-49, right? And say you pass a law like it's a blue state, right?
Yeah,
so
very
it's
blue state,
more
yeah.
democratic.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
No,
so say
it's-
it's and I don't know if this is accurate or not, but just hyperbolically. If it's 51% Democrat and 49% Republican, right? And you said the sample, there's 30 million people. So
Almost 40, 39.
30 okay, so we'll call it, just round to 40, right?
40,
so there's
yeah.
40 million people in the state. And 51% of those people vote one way, and 49% of those people vote the other way. And what the majority decides affects another 20 million people. And what if, it's not something that they would have voted for. They were against it. And then it's all of a sudden like, well, you don't have a choice.
Mhm.
Because if you don't follow what the other 20 million people said, there's going to be a punishment. Whether it's financial, whether it's
Yeah.
jail time, whether it's whatever. And it's
Yeah.
like if you want to have a law and everyone agrees on it, like and the majority agrees, and that's just how democracies typically work.
Yeah.
Like that's the point. But when you have a like 20 million is bigger than like 40 of the 50 states we have, probably, right? And that's
I would say so.
something like that,
Yeah.
right? And then like that's however many people that are like pissed off that the thing got passed, right? It's like, well, how is that supposed to be fair? You know, I mean, like it's fair because the majority decides, right? And that's how it's supposed to go.
Mhm.
They voted, they showed up, they did their due diligence, they
Mhm.
did their civic duties, and like they had an agenda and they pushed it and they got there. Like, great, more power to you. That's the point. Like,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
do what you're supposed to do. But on the flip side, there's still like 20 million other people who,
Are disgruntled.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Well, the thing
It's a fucked up
it's
system.
It is a
weird.
messed
It's
up.
really
But
weird.
here's the thing.
It's really weird.
Here's the thing. A lot of people seem to forget. Now we're moving away from just the state level to a federal level and a national level. We are not a democracy. You know that, right? You know that we're actually a constitutional republic.
Yeah.
And that's a radically different thing than a democracy. Because under a full-blown democracy, which would be something along the lines of like Rome,
Yeah.
um,
Everyone gets to say.
everyone gets to
vote.
say, but the thing is, at the end of the day, those laws that get lobbied in, it becomes it ultimately becomes mob rule. What are you looking for?
Those. Are those? Is that my bull?
Yep.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, it ultimately becomes mob rule versus just equal.
Equal opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. And so under a republic, what's so different, and that's what makes this country not only great but also an experiment, an ongoing experiment. It's still an ongoing experiment to this day. Is that we're a republic, so even though laws are voted in, people are voted in, everybody still retains basic human rights.
Yeah.
Basic human rights, no matter what. Under a full-blown democracy, it's a different story because their quote-unquote human rights can change from time to time based on who votes for what.
Okay.
You
That
see
makes
what I
sense.
mean?
That makes sense.
And a lot of people forget that,
Yeah.
And so that's why we still consider it, even though after 200 plus years, it's still considered this country's still considered an experiment. I feel like it's a successful experiment.
Quick change in topic.
Yeah.
Because I'm over politics.
Yes.
Titties.
How many? I love titties too. Spartan races. What up with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dallas
My
participated
guy
in
over here.
Yeah,
Dallas
so-
participated in a Spartan race by the bootstraps.
Yeah. That was an
You
experience.
bootstrapped a fucking Spartan race.
That was
you
in
could
the-
say that to people.
Yeah, that was an experience.
What
Yeah.
was that? Do you mean like just like you're like fuck it, I could do this, and then did it?
Just showed up.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so
My
so
hero.
when I moved, I was. Because like before I left, I was in the. Cause I saw you. I probably saw you both in the gym a lot. Because I was working out like hard, and I was.
You and I were working out a lot right before you left.
actually remember
and I was
seeing
in,
you
I was
at
in,
the
I was
gym
in, I was in
yeah.
good shape.
Yeah.
I might be in better shape now than I was then. But
I was still a trainer. I was still a trainer then.
You were
right?
doing Krav Maga like crazy.
Yeah, I still am.
I
still train all the time.
I was still a personal trainer then, right?
Yeah.
When you were,
yeah.
Okay.
And we would go. I'd work all the time, and I loved it. And then when I moved up to Washington. And I stayed on my grind. Like I was like like right before I got this is like right before I started dating my ex. I was in like the best shape of my life, and almost immediately after, it all went to hell.
Ooh.
Hang on, Dallas. You're explaining is basic math. 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah,
To the best of us, dude. It happened to me too.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
But so this is relevant to the Spartans. So, I got in. So I did this thing called Beach Krav Day. And it was basically like just something fun for the members to do of the gym, right? I love it. I love fighting. Like Krav is just something I like. It's a good self-defense system. It's a good workout, and like you get what you put in.
Of course.
And so we all went to the beach, and we did just like a beach training day. And I was like, oh, like the beach, like I got this. I didn't wear any sunscreen or nothing. Now it's just I got fried.
You look fried right now too.
Way worse. This is like. Mild.
Cake? Yeah.
The entire my whole torso peeled off, like 2 layers deep. It was bad. I couldn't go in the sun for like 2 weeks.
Fuck.
I didn't heal for like a month.
Damn.
And so I was out of the gym for a while, and I also started dating this girl. So I was like, I'll just hang out with her, and then like I got lazy, and then I got fat, and I didn't go to the gym, and it just you lose it quick, man.
It does,
lose
yeah.
It fucking quick.
That's the shitty thing.
And
man.
I made the decision at some point where I was like, man, I'm tired of being fat. I'm gonna go get in shape again.
That's what I like to hear.
Hell yeah! And so I walk back. I go back to my Krav gym, and one of my best friends up there, Francis Lake. He's a fucking solid dude. You would love him. He's good people. Me and him have a lot of similar ideology, perspectives. I mean, we disagree on a good amount of things, but like he's good fucking people.
Yeah.
And he's a monster, dude. He's strong and he's fast and he's technically good, and I do not want to fight him.
You know those people you don't want to fight. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a shit brick house. And anyway, so I go back to the gym, and I meet up with him, and I'm like getting back into training, and I'm like, yeah, like I got my fat body, I got my blood burn, I'm like, I got this. And he's like, hey man, like where you been? I was out, I'm injured, I'm back. And he's like, I'm doing the Spartan race, you want to go? And I was like, yeah, when? And he's like, next weekend. And I'm like, fantastic.
That's fucking
Let's
right.
go. And I just like, fuck it, let's go. And I had no fucking clue what I was
You had
getting
no
into,
idea
man.
what you just signed yourself up for.
No clue. And,
like Bert Kreischer, you're doing the marathon.
And there's like levels, right? So they're like, there's the sprint, the super, the beast, and then they have all their ultra events, which are like ridiculous, like 50 milers. Yeah. Crazy.
I know. Yeah.
Crazy. And but of the 3, like for your trifecta, the beast is the hardest. It's a half marathon. It's a half marathon obstacle course, and it's like it's basically like a 13-mile trail run. Up the hills, down the hills, across the river, like awesome, super cool experience. And I walked into it, no training, no. I'm good, man.
They just put the ice, just the rest of the ice, or.
Well, I need more beer.
Getting more beer.
That's a different type of beer. Do you want to finish that or? Damn it, Jesus, you interrupted the man's story.
My bad.
You're making him chug now. I appreciate the chug, though.
More beer, please. I didn't even have to bull moose you.
Bull moose me. Look at JJ bull moose me last night.
Oh, nice.
He was like, you forgot about that, didn't you? Damn it.
It's because the reason why he did that to you is because we did it to him a couple of weeks ago.
It's terrible.
It was so bad. We were
I don't want that one. Oh, is the other one's all gone?
Yes, sir.
Oh, fuck. For real? Wasn't there 4?
Oh, wait. This one still has...
America.
Yeah, this
pour me whatever's left in there. I don't like owls.
Okay.
He doesn't like owls.
Oh, my God. That was awesome. No shit.
Wow, dude. That was insane.
I can't believe that just happened.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm not even mad at that.
We're spilling beer everywhere
I'm not even
at
mad
all
at
times.
that. So I just took off the metal part off the cork of a beer.
The good thing was that was
Set it
gonna
back
happen
down.
either way. It might as well have happened there on that corner and not over here.
It actually stayed pretty well right there.
Yeah.
Here you go, sir.
Oh, that was.
Well, in that case,
awesome,
well now
dude.
that that's out in the open, hands off. We're drinking a lot of beer, by the way.
Oh, that was fantastic.
This is
awesome.
well-deserved beer.
That was fantastic.
Dude,
This
I
is-
wish I recorded that, but
That was-
I mean, you kind of did.
We
but
kinda got it.
We had to get
Yeah.
that on video.
What's the time on that?
30 something. 30, 35.
Cool.
Mm.
Cool.
Do you think at the 40 mark should start over and do another one?
Oh yeah, you want to do multiple?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's
Well,
do
because
it.
you're saying
Yeah.
Why do you lose? You have
It's,
to.
yeah, it's
you have to put
it's
them
got to be
together?
condensed. Otherwise, yeah, it's not gonna save.
Oh,
It's
gotcha.
got to condense.
It's-
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we'll do multiple. Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
pause it right now and then just switch it over before.
Fuck
I
Yeah,
finish
Might as
and
well.
we'll just start over. We'll just start
before we get into the Spartan thing.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Exactly. So we'll start out. We'll be right back
Get ready
after
for,
these messages.
Get ready for part 2. Start fucking advertising flashlights.